Hey guys, how you doing? I am Jamel Phillips, and I am here tonight. This is a special edition of Lessons on Love. I have the one, the only international author, Jameka Vereen.
Hey!
Hey,
Hello!
I'm so excited to have you on here tonight. Tonight we're gonna talk about some topics. We're gonna get in deep tonight.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about healing and
hmm
restoration. And that's something that I know you and your journey as a woman,
hmm
okay, you've been through that, through
Yep.
the healing part, through the restoration part. Hold
hmm
on, can I see your left hand? Can you hold up your left hand?
Can I hold on my? Oh.
Hold up your left hand. What's that on your finger? What's that on your hand? Yeah,
I
yeah,
know. Who would have thought that I'd ever be here? Okay, we'll talk about that too. How did I get here? Okay, I would
So
have never thought I'd be here.
congratulations on your engagement.
Thank you.
And so, we're going to talk about that journey. We're going to talk about healing. We're going to talk about restoration. We're going to ask some questions. But I think the first thing that's kind of appropriate for us to kind of talk about, because this is my family, y'all. This is my family. This is my cousin. And so, your parents are married.
hmm
How many years have they been married?
This year was 43 years.
43 years of marriage.
hmm
That's
43 years
that's
of marriage.
that's a lot of hard work. you know,
I can't even imagine.
mm-mm.
Okay.
And so my parents were actually married until my mom passed away 12 years ago. My parents were married for 39 years.
Wow.
So we've seen, and both
hmm
of us have had the example and seeing what a
Right.
marriage, what it takes, the good days, the bad
hmm
days,
Right.
dealing with
Right.
family stuff and all that, right? So we've
hmm
seen that. And
Yep.
so, but individually we've had our own journeys when it comes to healing and restoration. So
hmm
guys, tonight we want to share with you some principles and really have a discussion
Yeah.
about love, about healing, restoration, love. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna
Yeah.
talk about it. Okay. But before we get into that and a little bit about you, I got we gotta talk about this thing. So we gotta talk about Will and Jada.
Wait, before you said something that triggered a thought,
Mhm.
I want to say this.
Okay.
So with you saying that we both seen what it takes,
hmm
okay? The good days and the
hmm
bad days.
hmm
Now, I will say this. I will say this. You got to pick and choose what you would take from what you saw,
mm
if that makes sense. Because
Explain that to me.
we can get so streamlined, so tunnel vision as
hmm
to this is how my parents were. And
Yeah.
this is what I seen. This is
Right.
what I want.
Right.
But everybody's not going to be the same.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I understand they gave us that foundation of what it takes, but we
hmm
got to take it and make it ours and
You have to
develop
create your
it
own
and
culture.
shape
hmm
right
hmm
within it. They gave us that foundation, but we have to understand it's not going to be the exact same.
hmm And
It's
it
not going to be the
shouldn't
same.
be.
But
It
yeah,
shouldn't
that
be.
just had that triggered
Yeah.
a thought. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm sorry, but
No,
it's
no,
not
wait,
going to be
look,
the
look,
same.
look. We gonna have discuss tonight. We having discussion, okay?
Okay, I like
Um,
discussion. We'll
but
go back to you. Go back.
it's important that we create our own culture. So we have a foundation, right? We
hmm
have our defaults, and our defaults are in large part built and designed based on what we saw growing up.
Right.
We tend to mimic those behaviors or certain patterns that we grew up with. But when we meet somebody else, they're entirely different, and they have their own defaults, right? So
Right.
together, it's about one, having a connection and having a shared vision, but
hmm
then in your own culture.
Mm-hmm.
And what is our idea? Not what was the idea that I had or what I witnessed, but what is our idea, and how do we work towards creating
Yep.
and kind of building that?
Yep. That's it. That's the important piece. I'm ready.
Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
Look,
So,
look,
so,
I'm ready.
so topic number one, we're gonna go there. We're gonna talk about entanglements.
Okay. The word of the year, right? Oh my gosh.
Entanglements.
2020. Yes, entanglement. Wow, I've had so many different discussions about that situation. Some people feel like that's none of our business,
Mhm.
but it's public business. So therefore, it was put out there. Um, and to be honest, I think it's some things that need to be discussed because they are human. Whether they're celebrities or not, they're human. So whether they're dealing with it at this level or somebody dealing with it at this level, those are things that people are going through. Why did it get to this point?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, I got a guy that I call my brother. He was like, me, she said, she ain't felt good like that in a long time. Like that bothered him. He was concerned that she's married and made that comment. Like she ain't felt this way in a long time. Why was she not feeling that way? And I, as a woman, told him, as women, sometimes we lose ourselves within a
Mhm.
man.
Mm, mm,
Okay?
mm. Yeah,
We lose ourselves. And sometimes, and even I'm a mother, I'm a single mom. Sometimes we lose ourselves within becoming a mom. So
yeah,
we're trying to figure out who we are, continue to be ourselves, and figure out who we are as a mom and in this significant other's life.
yeah. It
Where do
and
I
so
fit in your world?
what I've seen and what I've noticed is I've observed scenarios where a woman became a mother, which is
Mm-hmm.
a beautiful and amazing
Mm-hmm.
thing.
Yeah.
But her natural maternal instincts
Mm-hmm.
are so strong that through the course of becoming a mother and
Mm-hmm.
taking responsibility for those children and loving them and nurturing them, and making and providing for them,
Mm-hmm.
she forgot that she still had to continue to take care of herself.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and that's if you're single, let alone if you're in a relationship and you have a whole nother person. And
Right.
so, and so with a relationship in general,
Mm-hmm.
you and that other person have to continue your own individual journeys.
Yep.
And that way, it makes you stronger. It strengthens you for the relationship, and you actually have more to talk about.
Right.
Um, but in addition to that, when you think about the children and managing
Mm-hmm.
them, it's like still at the end of the day, you can't pour from an empty cup. So
Mm-hmm.
you are full, and that you are expressing what fills your heart, and you're
Yep.
pursuing your passion, the best
Yep.
version of yourself, and that's the foundation of everything
Right.
else. That way, everything else can flow. If that
Mm-hmm.
makes sense.
Yeah. It makes a whole lot of sense because I did. And I talk about that in my book. Like
Mhm.
I lost myself in being just becoming a mother. I lost myself. I didn't know who I was just going to work, just going through the motions. And I wasn't
Mhm.
happy. I was not happy inside. I had to take a girls' trip just and come
Yeah.
back and be like, all right, I'm back. This is Jameka. But that's a hard piece because you can. And I
Yeah.
did. Like, but I'm glad that it took that long of a time before I met my fiance.
Okay. Okay. We hold on.
Okay.
We gonna get we gonna get
I'm gonna leave it there. I'm not gonna get into that. I'm not gonna get into that. But I will say all of that plays a part in it.
Hmm. Yeah.
That journey to healing.
Hmm.
Because that's what healing is. It's a journey. It does not happen overnight. It
No.
will not happen overnight. So I'm glad that it took that long. I tell him all the time. Well, I ain't gonna say it right now, but I will. I
Okay.
will. But that's true. You can't lose yourself.
So before we move on,
Okay.
I have to say this about the entanglement piece
Mhm.
because it's huge in terms of what we're going to talk about, what we're going to discuss.
Mhm.
Um, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to marriage,
Mhm.
they
Mm.
want, they want what they see on TV, but what they don't show you in the movies, what they don't show you on TV, is they don't
Mhm.
show you all the work that goes into it.
Right.
It's
Right.
not
Right.
like when you first meet a person, there's a
Mhm.
chemical in your body that makes everything seem wonderful, and you fantasizing about. You think you know that person, but you don't have any information. So
Right.
it's easy to connect with a person, but as you learn that person, and as you
Mhm.
find out that they are from you, now you then
Mhm.
have to be. The two of you have to come together and
Right.
actually develop a culture and develop skills in terms of communicating and decision making to build a life together. And so, in dealing with that whole entanglement piece,
Mhm.
um, I believe a lot of people would be surprised some of the things that people that get married and stay married have had to endure and overcome to get
Mhm.
to they had a happily ever after or be
40,
married for 30,
43
43
years.
years. And
Right.
so
Right.
you know, so you you gonna have to learn how to forgive
What?
and
A
put
whole lot of forgiving.
and look forward to something and have something that's greater than your feelings that's
Mhm.
guiding the
Woo.
relationship and when because your feelings change every couple seconds, every couple
Uh,
of minutes. So it takes something deeper.
mhm.
Um, so
Not
that
only forgive, man, you gotta do some. You gotta swallow that pride.
You saw Will. If you looked at Will's face,
Yeah.
you could see how hard it was for him to have that conversation.
Yep.
Because if you think about it, this man has had, I don't even know how many years he's been out. He's 30, almost 30 years.
Mhm.
He's been on the and has not had something major to that of that level of scandal that had to be addressed.
Right.
So and Jada as well. So when
Yeah.
you think about that is that's tough. And to say
Yeah.
I still person, we gonna work it. We
Mhm.
highs and the lows, and we gonna stick together.
Yeah.
That's that's stick to itness, and that's what it
Yeah.
takes to be married. Everybody's marriage and everybody's relationship is different.
Yep. I think about great great grandparents. Some had two families. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, grandpa out there doing all types of stuff, but grandma stayed in there and took care of that family. You know what I'm saying? It takes a lot, and everybody pick and choose their battles. Some people can handle it, some people cannot. But in their situation, they chose to stick it out.
Bad marriage for life.
I don't know about that one. That kind of that kind of messed me up when they did that. I was like, I guess it was a joke on it, but
All right, so um, one of the things if you guys as you guys see on the ticker below, Jameka is actually an international author. She has written the book Restoration Blueprint,
hmm
and I mean, it's a phenomenal book that takes you along her journey of
hmm
self-discovery, facing some of the things that she dealt with from previous relationships, healing, and getting restored. Some of the some of the journeys. And this is not just something that's for one, because you're a single mother, we were a single mother, and so it's not just for single mother. These principles and these experiences, they're for any woman who is,
hmm
kind of in that place where she needs to find her identity and healing.
right.
So we're going to talk about healing a little bit, and I'd like you to talk a little bit about that. If you guys aren't aware, it's an amazing book, Restoration Blueprint, it's available on Amazon, Barnes, or jv1000words.com. So tell us a little bit about what your experience.
Okay. Um. Whew, boy, I have been in some tough relationships. Okay, some very tough relationships. And all of them have taught me something. I was able to bring something out of it. It wasn't a time where I didn't learn the lesson.
Right.
And I'm grateful that those relationships did not last. Grateful. I
Yeah.
felt like I've been saved from something. I wrote this book, Restoration Blueprint, and it's helping single moms heal, hope, and have their dream life. But like you said, it's not just for single mothers. Like I had reviews on Amazon where women said that they don't even have kids, and the book has helped them because it's a lot of self-reflection. And if anybody know me personally, I'm just gonna be candid. I'm gonna be real. You're gonna know I wear my heart on my sleeve. Like I'm not afraid or ashamed of what I've been through because what I've been through is for somebody else. Okay.
Exactly.
I can help you come along this road, then that's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
So, I talk about first you got to well, it's different stages to healing for me. You're angry. That first stage, you're angry, you're upset, you're hurt. Um, that second, well, bitter is in that first stage for me because you're going on to that second one. You go through that second stage, you're going through depression, suppression. You don't want to be around nobody. You're crying, you know. Then that last stage is where I am in this book, and I talk about the healing. I talk a
Yeah.
little bit about what I've been through, but it's about getting to that journey to healing.
Yeah.
And I always say healing is a process.
Mm-hmm.
It does not happen overnight. Um, I think it's important that people know that your brain internalizes physical and mental health in very similar ways. I used to write poems before I wrote the book, and I have a poetry album that's available on iTunes as well. And on one of the poems, I said, I would take physical pain any day than deal with this mental pain. I would rather be hit with something, hurt
Yeah.
that bad than deal with mental pain. Because my thing is when you're sitting there and you're dealing with your thoughts
Mm-hmm.
never leave you. That pain will
Mm.
go away eventually. That
Yeah.
physical. But those thoughts, man, it's serious. It is very serious. So I'm here to encourage, I'm here to inspire, I'm here to uplift women. I'm here to talk about it and keep it real. I don't know how
Yeah.
deep you want me to go into this book, but we can go all the way in. I'm just trying to keep it surface. I'm gonna let
Yeah.
you pull it. We can discuss. How about that?
Hold on. I'm gonna hit you with a tough question.
Okay.
What's the most hurtful thing a man did for you to you that hurt you, that led to you being in that place where you needed to heal?
Um, Allow me to raise my child alone.
Mm.
That piece right there, I didn't know if I was gonna recover.
Yeah.
I was, whew, I was livid. I was angry.
Yeah.
I was hurt. I've been through situations, but that one, that pain right there is undescribable.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know how I was going to make it, how we were going to make it, you know, but the fact that you could just walk away and be like, I'm going to just give this and that's it.
Yeah.
And this comes back to what we know. When you
Mm.
come from a home or a foundation where you've
Yeah.
seen two parents,
Yeah.
you know, you saw them work things out regardless of how
Right.
tough it is. They don't always have good days, they have bad days, but you
Yeah.
saw
Yeah.
them get through
Right.
this.
Right.
And
Yeah.
then to have to go through it and see somebody actually walk away. Oh, that was that right there. That drove me to the point where I knew I was broken
Yeah.
to pieces.
I
Like
think
broken.
I think that was challenging for me as well because for me, I saw how my parents were heavily invested. They were always there for everything,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
like I never imagined not being able to see my kid
Mm-hmm.
every day, or being at every event, or every PTA meeting. You
Right.
know, doing like all those things. That was not even a possibility or reality to me based
Mm-hmm.
on my upbringing. And
Right.
so, me and my own healing process, it's a like I was hurt for about I'm telling you, it was bad for about
Mm-hmm.
6 months. Because I just couldn't conceive that.
Right.
So like I had to go through healing myself.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just
Mm-hmm.
realizing that was a reality. That was very difficult for me.
Right.
Yeah, yeah,
It's serious. Like people think it's a game. It's not a game. And
yeah.
so whenever you heal, whenever you're ready to heal, because you gotta be ready.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta want to get out of this stage.
Yeah, yeah.
So in order to get to that point, you gotta address some things. I had to
Okay.
address abandonment.
Mm,
I had
mm,
issues with abandonment.
mm.
You left me.
Yeah.
Every guy left.
Mm,
So now I gotta deal with abandonment. Okay. Why? Why is this
yeah.
happening?
Yeah.
It takes a lot of reflection, but why is this happening?
And
What's
then
going
you begin.
on?
Then you get to the point to where you expect people to leave.
Exactly.
And that's very challenging to try to
Mm-hmm.
succeed in a relationship if you're so used to relationships not succeeding that you expect it not to succeed. So
Mm-hmm.
you go into it prepared for that to happen.
Right. Right.
I've
Oh,
been
you gonna leave. You
you
gonna
preaching
leave
to the
anyway.
choir right now.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
gonna leave
men,
anyway.
men, and we go through it. Yeah, these are real life things that we
Mm-hmm.
experience as
Yeah,
individuals. Yeah. Mm,
it is. Abandonment. And then I had to another thing that I talk about in the book is the fact of how I would love more than being loved.
mm, mm.
Talk about that.
You
That's a
said you would
whole nother.
love. You said you would love more.
I would love more than being
Mhm.
loved.
Explain what you mean by that.
So what I would do is I go in and I give my all.
Mm-hmm.
I pour it all out on the table.
Mm,
Everything. All that I
yeah,
got. They didn't
yeah.
feel the same way.
Mm,
Did not feel the same way. So I'm caught
right.
up in this space where I done poured out everything in my cup.
Yeah,
Everything.
yeah.
They hadn't even gave nothing but a little drop, if that.
Mm. And they didn't give back, so they didn't reciprocate the love that you were giving, and
Right.
it hurt because you're giving your all.
You
And one
get
of the things that, and guys, what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually, after this, we're gonna pause. We're gonna come back with part two of this,
mm-hmm.
and we're gonna finish up before 9 o'clock. At 9 o'clock, if you just joining or you didn't get to see the beginning of it, we will actually be doing this on Instagram, on the Instagram platform,
Mm-hmm.
as well. So you guys can catch it at 9. But I'm gonna tie up this thought right here before we finish this session.
Mm-hmm.
One of the most challenging things about love, and that you have to come to realize and a maturity about it, is when you give your all and that love is not reciprocated, you
Mm-hmm.
can't change the way that you love. You
Mm.
have to go through each situation loving a person with all that you have, because if it's the right person, you do
Right.
not want to miss out on that person because you didn't give it everything that you had. And you
Ah.
gave all those people that came before you all the love that you had, and they didn't
Mm.
appreciate it. And then the person that was meant for you, that was
Wow.
molded for you, that was
Mm.
created for you, that was equipped to love you, you didn't love them the way they needed to be loved, and you had it
Wow.
within you, and you
Mm.
withheld that capacity. So we got to,
Wow.
we gonna continue this lessons of love,
Mm.
y'all. We're gonna be right back. Love y'all. Yeah, y'all like this deeper.
Guys, you are crazy.
I'm telling y'all, go get the book. Bye.
Go get the book, Restoration Blueprint. Follow me, JB Thousand Words. On Instagram, all platforms, JB Thousand Words. Follow me, go get the book, Amazon, on my website if you want that signature, and on Barnes and Noble. Please follow me, check me out. Love the support. This is a real thing, you guys. Women go through it all the time, And one thing we do is we sometimes we just go to that corner or we go in that room and then we walk out. Oh, we ain't talk about that piece. We walk out and we put that smile on our face. I know.
Yeah. Hey guys, we are going to be right back. Give us just a couple minutes.